If the scripture says, how many times do I forgive thy brother, whether it's 7 times 7, who are we?
I wanted to be like my dad. My dad had no dad.
We used to feed in the subway. In fact, were attacked there. Someone came to me and said, listen, they're giving the homeless a hard time in the subway.
I was one of the first people in my family to go to college. My mom, she raised me by herself. She was a very strong woman, so this was a big deal, me going to school.
When my mother and father separated, he decided he wasn't going to go over the mountain. He wasn't going to run away.
I walked over there, and there were these SEPTA officers, and the homeless were shrieking in corners near John Wanamaker's Inn. And I said, wait a minute, we have permission to be here. All you have to do is call the mayor and ask.
Did great the first year. Second year, I'm playing music, I'm doing gigs, I'm traveling. Before you know it, no schoolwork was getting done. I got a letter from the school saying, listen, we are sick of this, you gotta go.
His favorite word was nourishment. You need educational nourishment. You need spiritual nourishment. And I was always wondering, well, gosh, Dad, who told you?
And the cop got smart. How do I know you are who you say you are? How do I know he is a congressman? And he called for backup. It got smoky. You had all of these cops who came down with their nightjacks up in the air.
I was so scared to tell her, but I called her. And I said, Mom, they put me on probation. As a matter of fact, they kicked me out of school. And I'm just preparing myself for this horrible scream and let me have it. And instead of screaming at me, instead of judging me, she said to me, she said, well, listen, Ernest, you're young enough to make mistakes and still succeed.
And as I grew up, I found out that because I was selected to go to college, and I went to college, I found out that there were so many others that didn't go.
We were handcuffed, taken to the police station. The next thing I know, Lucian was there at the prison, and they hurried up and took me out of there.
It was several years back, and I was a much younger minister. And it was a young woman who was married. And this dear sister, she always had some mental problems. Sad to say that even some of her family members wouldn't go visit. And I would just sit and listen to her. I wasn't judging her. I wasn't telling her to take a medicine. I wasn't telling her that she shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that, but it was just there for her.
Dr. King says, from little acorns, mighty oak trees grow. And so as I looked at that, I decided to devote my life to helping young people uplift their position in life. How many other brilliant geniuses are walking around like that?
Doesn't mean you can save everybody, but there are a lot of people you can help and help them get on their feet, even if they relapse, drinking again or smoking again or acting out in terms of mental health again. You start again.
You don't have to have a whole bunch of money or a whole bunch of education or anything, but just being there.
My job is to make sure that I fertilize their spirit to make them better than me. That's my story.
Joy comes from trying to do what's good that will make a difference for somebody else. My name is Janie Blackwell.
My name is Fred Whiten.
I'm Bishop Ernest McNear.
And I will listen.
I will listen.
I will listen.